stressed is obviously a big deal, but you can see what that does to you. Like, you just don't feel like yourself. So imagine being depressed. I don't think I'm...
But the problem is that all of these changes, you can't make them a fad. They have to become part of your lifestyle. And only now, I'm more aware of when I'm stressed. But before, I had no idea when I'm stressed. Hello, and welcome to another episode of the PYL podcast.
It's Paulo Tote.
And it's your boy Yemi EP2.
And today, we got a special one for you guys.
We're going to be talking about work and your health.
Health.
And wealth. But before we get into that, Paul, what are you saying? How was your week?
My week's been... It's been okay.
Okay.
It's been okay. I took my first day off yesterday.
Really?
Yeah. I literally lay in bed, watched a lot of different YouTube videos.
Yeah. Was it a planned day off?
Kinda. You know, like you get to a point where it's like, mate, it's a lot going on right now. I need some time to just chill.
Yeah.
And it wasn't just a day off in a sense where I wasn't doing work.
Yeah.
So, you know, some of your days off is relaxing, but you still get to think a lot.
No.
You don't get that?
No. But then was it really a day off then? Isn't it more of like a strategy day?
Yeah.
Or like a refueling day?
Refueling, because you know you can't call it a strategy day because it's not like I put any pen to paper.
Okay.
You know, have you ever had a lot of thought in your head that you kind of need to simplify it and be ready for the next step of what's to come?
Yeah.
So it's more like I'm chilling for this day, but I'm getting ready because, you know, like with blessings, right? You need to be ready for blessings. I was actually, the thoughts I had in the day, I actually messaged you.
Yeah, it came out like gibberish.
Yeah, because it's a lot of random thoughts, like, and with some of the things we'll touch on today, it will make sense what I'm saying throughout this podcast.
Okay. So you feel more refreshed?
Therefore.
Okay. And what would you say your biggest risk taking this week has been?
So obviously I'm launching a new book.
Cheese!
Yeah, this one is different to my others.
What book number what?
Book number 5A.
Book number 5?
5.
I thought it was 4.
It's crazy, right? So I got the bodybuilding one, I got the nutrient guide, I got the herb book, I got some business book, and this is like a mixture of business and health.
Okay. We're going to chop it up a bit later on.
We'll speak about it.
Dope.
How about yourself?
You know what? My week's been pretty good. I feel this has been one of the weeks. Like, actually, no, it's been a sick week, like in a long time, because I've just been getting stuff done. Had a couple rough days, like haven't had much sleep, like on Monday, Tuesday.
I feel you on that, bro.
Yeah, I don't know. My sleeping pattern's just been off.
But you look fresh though. See, if I didn't sleep.
Yeah. No, I slept well yesterday. That's
okay.
I slept very well yesterday. Like I had a mini Christmas party kind of thing.
Okay.
But yeah, like because it's crazy. Because Monday night I didn't sleep at all. Maybe like 20 minutes, and then I had a CrossFit session booked in for 7. Still went. I can't lie.
Alright, guys. That's a serious dedication.
No, do you know what? Like,
because you paid for it.
No, I paid for it already up front the whole year.
Sick.
But as soon as we started doing the warm up, I was thinking, what have I done? But I told the coach was like, yeah, just use 50% effort, which is easier said than done. But because I thought I was just gonna like burn out completely. But luckily I didn't pass out. It was a good workout. Luckily I didn't pass out. It was a good workout. I worked from home that day as well, so it all panned out. I should have went this morning, but like I said, I had a mini Christmas party yesterday, so
sick, bro.
That did not happen.
So what's your biggest risk of the week?
That going to CrossFit without sleeping.
Cool.
That's what I was.
You like CrossFit?
Risk. It's sick. It's tough, but it's the only thing that has helped me actually keep in shape.
Sick.
Because I personally find the gym very, very boring.
It's not for everybody, man.
It's not. But then if I go by myself, then there's a lack of motivation. If you go with other people, I feel it takes much longer than it should do.
Yeah.
But CrossFit, I like classes. I like that team element of things and people pushing you.
I think classes is a very good shout.
Yeah.
You know, I've never really got into classes.
Really?
Yeah, I never really. But I know the benefit You know, you have a specific amount of time to get what you got to do done. You know, the class is done at this time.
Exactly.
It's going to be extremely intense.
It's going to be madness.
So you're already mentally prepared for that.
Precisely.
And it's not just you suffering. There's that group struggle elements to it.
Yeah.
So I know a lot of people are intimidated by gym, especially like some of the ladies. Right? The guys, all the eyes on them in the gym. Classes are a good shout. Yeah. And the ratio of guys to girls
in classes is 80-20.
80-20. So
when you're ready, you come to one of my CrossFit classes.
You know what, man? I don't want to show you guys up. You know.
You know what? Nah, it'll be sick. It'll be actually sick. Just because it's all about cardio.
Yeah. I feel like I'm pretty fit though. Yeah. It depends on what I eat the day before. You know, like I don't know if you've ever had times where you're eating pure sugar. Let's say like you had too many fruits or you had some dates.
Yeah. And
I don't know if you notice how that impacts your stamina.
Never noticed it.
Okay. Yeah. Sometimes eating too much sugar will actually have the opposite effect where you start feeling tired.
More sluggish, yeah. Yeah, because normally I don't even eat before I do it in the morning.
Yeah. Some of my best lifts in the gym were just powered by herbs. I didn't eat at all. Probably drank I have this bottle that I take full of different herbs that we'll touch on probably later when we touch on like stress and stuff. And drink that, I'm good. Energy up, brain focused. Seriously? Game time. Messing about.
I need that, bro.
Yeah, sick.
Yeah, because even like for me, if I don't prepare myself before certain types of activities, whether it be football or CrossFit or something like that, I get migraines afterwards.
Is that how hard you go, bro?
I don't know what it is. I really don't know what it is.
The breathing exercises that Quaco showed you, you need to do those. Because the reason why you're getting, in my personal opinion, the reason why you might be getting headaches is just due to oxygen. So like during your exercise, how much deep breathing are you doing? You know, like sometimes when people do a heavy workout, and halfway through their workout or through the heavy lift, they pass out. It's because at that particular moment they're starving their brain of oxygen because they're not breathing as they should. Something to consider for your next one.
No, I think about it because the thing that I've tried to narrow it down is by making sure I eat a lot of like protein. That seems to have helped. Or making sure I eat immediately after the session.
It's getting replenishing your
but
electrolytes.
Yeah.
Should we make a toast, bro?
Toast, oh yeah.
Naturally Living by Aqua Coco. Thanks, guys.
Run them peace, bro. So let's talk more about your book.
Yeah.
So what's your book about?
So I guess one key thing that a lot of us do, which is actually one of the, I guess, foundations of this podcast, right? One key thing a lot of us do is we sacrifice our health in some respects for our wealth. Whether it's working long hours, not eating good enough, not sleeping well enough, and even little things such as how you set up your work desk, how that impacts your productivity. And one thing you find in the office place is the better you feel, the better you do. Right? So if you feel good, people are more likely to gravitate towards you. So your energy is right. People say, there's something about John, you know, he's glowing. And in those respects, people are more likely to want to be around you, to give you more work, and thus potentially helping you climb the corporate ladder. So the book it's a short book. It's like a handbook is what I call it. And it gives practical guides that covers all aspects from how to structure your work desk, key fruits and vegetables to have in your office drawer, your drawer. Some smoothies to make, some herbs. So that's what the book's about. It's just giving practical tips for the modern individual, how to maneuver their health and how to utilize their health to be the best in their team.
To utilize and not sacrifice. It's tough though, because
I like this. Yemi's always dropping gems. I don't think he does it on purpose. So like now I've got a catchphrase to go with the book. Utilize, not sacrifice.
That's the first thing that came to my head.
Because people sacrifice all the time.
You sacrifice it, man, because it's weird as well, because like you don't think about self-care or going to the gym or eating right, because if I think about some of the long hours that I used to work, I'd wake up early so I can get to work early, and then I'll eat at my desk. The food I eat might be trash.
Just whatever you can get your hands
whatever on. There might be snacks around. Then I won't go outside. I'm indoors throughout the whole day.
Yeah. I'm touching all of that.
Yeah, exactly. And then if I'm working late, then we might get delivery or something in, which again is trash food.
Yeah.
I get home late. I watch TV. I eat late maybe, and then I sleep.
Yeah.
No point have I done any exercise, thought about eating something healthy, or just generally try to take myself out of that mindset.
Yeah.
But when you're able to actually look after yourself a bit more, you do become more productive.
100%.
But we feel like time is too finite, and so rather than spending an hour in a gym and half an hour getting ready wherever, we'd rather spend an hour doing what we need to do.
Very precisely. I think even a problem is we just don't know that we should.
Yeah.
I think of back when I used to be a bit overweight. Right?
Yeah.
I didn't know that, you know what, I should really be eating healthy and the benefits of it. Like how would you know that a chocolate isn't the most ideal thing to eat if nobody told you? Because all our parents as a kid said, oh, eat your vegetables, they're good for you. But why?
But why?
Do you know what I mean?
I remember banging out Boost bars, bro, because I thought they were
Yeah, energy. I remember even at uni, we were all drinking Red Bull. We thought this is the stuff. Okay, wings is going to help us write an exam. But look, there's other ways to go around doing it. So I guess the book is opening your eyes ever so slightly to potential things you can do, but also giving you everything we do has got to be practical. Hence with PYL, it's like practical you're living.
practically your life.
See, but it's practical. So everything in there is you can apply it. So even I speak about how everyone has an hour lunch break, right? Hour. Some people take hour 20 minutes, depending on how long you work. I actually go through a workout. So it's like an added extra. You can buy it, right? Where you buy the video and we work out together. So like, you know, in a room like this, at lunchtime, put it up, you and your mate, pick 3 exercises out of the dozens that I show you. No, 3 routines. So like it's a little box you can drag and drop. I have to show you to do it. Yeah.
But then it's one thing saying, okay, cool, here's your hour to work out, but
20 minutes.
Till 20 minutes.
Yeah.
But then how do you actually get that person to do it? Because it's more than just telling them. Like, how do you get them to shift their mindset?
I think one of the things, and this was in the last mailing list, the mailing email, one of the key things is nobody can't tell anyone to do anything.
Yeah.
Right? On the cigarette packet, it says, don't smoke. This shit will kill you.
Bro.
Excuse my French.
Yeah.
And people continue to smoke because you can't tell people what to do. Like every single idea needs to be from them for it to really stick. It's just how we are. You know, as kids, don't press the red remote.
You're gonna press the red button.
So what I found and why one of the first chapters in the book is about motivation and finding your why. So each individual needs to find out why they themselves want to make a particular change.
Yeah.
You know, and is that strong enough to take action? Yeah.
I think the one thing that helped me when I was on this like health journey is I set myself certain targets. So I said, okay, I want to run a 5K. I want to run a 10K.
You done a triathlon?
I done not a triathlon, Tough Mudder.
Yeah, that's very tough.
It was mad, but then because I put that as a goal for me to do in September, then from January going forward,
you knew your why.
I knew my why straight up. The following year though was a bit different because I didn't have anything to work towards, but I ended up having a reputation around the office of always being on some fad or something because I done intermittent fasting. I done the January, which morphed into Pescatanuary. I done what did I do? I done like no carbs, like complete keto for about 6 weeks, which was mad. But the problem is that all of these changes, you can't make them a fad. They have to become part of your lifestyle, and especially in the office. Yeah. When it's somebody's birthday, straight up, there's going to be mad cakes, mad donuts.
Exactly, and that's why the book is. I think the book, everyone should get the book. I think the book is dope. I don't know if you've read it.
I mean, yeah.
You read a couple of chapters.
I read a couple pages, yeah.
But essentially, I feel like obviously with life is about balance, right?
Yeah.
So when we're talking about health, we're talking about wealth, we need to find the seesaw, like the balance between them. And I give in the book a few tools. So I'll give you an example. I'd say, all right, it might be a good investment to buy like a NutriBullet or something.
Yeah.
Right? So sometimes in the morning you ain't got time to get your breakfast. or sometimes in the office you have a few fruits lying around or vegetables. That could be something quickly you can have.
It's true.
You know, you might have a few herbs in your office. Cool. You might have sugar cravings. Here's what you do. You might have salt cravings. Here's why. There are going to be times where there's a lot of temptations. So it's not about avoiding the temptations, but understanding the pros and cons of what you're about to do and making an informed decision. So you saw me when I came here today. I had a cookie, some vegan cookie from Pret, but I know the implications of that.
Yeah.
You know, so it's not like I'm going to avoid it. It's like, all right, cool, maybe today I might have less later on.
Yeah.
I might do more cardio later on.
Yeah.
Just to find my own particular balance.
So you mentioned one thing about doing it with your friends. So how can you even go beyond that? Like actually make it more of an initiative? Because like within your workplace or within your teams, like what advice would you give to people if they want to try and improve that aspect? So not just for themselves, but everybody else.
So like there's different ways, you know, There's one way now. I actually spoke to someone on some consultant stuff the other day, and they're like, look, they want to get people interested in a bit of something like healthy.
Yeah.
And they want to do it as part of like the DNI, multicultural stuff, right? So it's like, you know what, an idea may be to do like a fun sports day or something like that, like an office run, and if you're really about it, you can actually raise money and give it to charity.
Yeah.
Everybody likes to compete, you know, especially because we're all in suits all the time, or we're living our corporate life. We want to show that, you know, beyond this, we do things, whether I'm a fast runner or whatever it may be. That's the way to go around doing it.
That's a good idea.
And even there's ways to actually even make that inter-company, like, or
Inter-companies,
or the departments, or between, you know what I mean? So that's one way, but is that long term enough? Who knows? It could just be a few people in your office saying, look, like, we all put £10 together, we all put £20 together, we all put £100 together, whatever it may be. We have a holistic goal of pounds to lose, maybe in February, for example. Each week, we all weigh ourselves, take a picture, put it in a group chat. Here's how much we've done. You know, no cheating, of course. And then if we make the goal, we buy ourselves something for the office. If we don't make the goal, we give it to a charity, something like that. There's a lot of different ideas. Like when the book comes out, God willing, I will be working with like different HR departments to help distribute it within their teams to get them on this like healthy stuff, because that stuff is expensive. From a company perspective,
it's expensive.
You know, a lot of guys listen to this podcast. I'm assuming they run companies. Like, there's two things that they need to be aware of. That's the presenteeism and the absenteeism. Presenteeism is when you're at work, but you're not working to optimal levels, whether it's because you have a headache. Literally, there's no need for you to be there. You should have stayed at home.
Yep.
Or there's absenteeism where you don't actually come into the workplace at all. Like you're ill, or you have a personal day, as some people call it. Mate.
Them sick days.
Yeah, like.
I still think everyone should take a sick day.
Yeah, I mean.
Just to recharge your batteries.
Yeah. If I'm not the CEO, you better be here. Now, but you know what? I'm a believer in the fact that, look, it's not the time you're in the office.
It's what you can.
It's what you do. Like if you do your targets, go home.
Screw. Yeah.
That's just my opinion, but obviously. Yeah,
no, that's a good point. I think because when you were talking about it, reminded me of like the last team I was in. We used to do this thing called Walk-in Week. And
you walk to the office.
Yeah, basically. And then you walk to the office, you walk home, you count how many steps you have, you take pictures on the way, and then you share it with the group leader, whatever it may be.
Like gamification.
Whoever has the best one, they win a prize.
Sick.
What else did we do? I didn't get involved in that though. I can't remember why. I think I was on holiday.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think anything you can do to like gamify it and bring people together is the most important, because like, especially when you're stressed, you need something to help.
Such a key.
Bring you out.
I've been stressed recently.
How have you been? How
have I been stressed?
Yeah.
So with stress, actually, my next video is going to be called 4 Herbs for Stress. So like, there's obviously two types of stress. So there's actually no real definition of stress, which is quite interesting.
Really?
Yeah, there's no conclusive definition. So some people define it differently, and because most stress is not clinical.
Yeah,
it's not clinical. you can't go and get pills and things like that. Depends on how stressed you are. Do you get what I mean? So there's stressed and there's depressed.
Okay.
It's slight differences.
Yeah.
So there's stressors, still things that might stress you, like bills and I don't know, a bad boss. And there's your stress response, which is how your body responds to that stress. Does it put your body into flight or fight mode? And what kind of hormones are being secreted off the back of that? So the point I'm trying to say is the two ways where people respond to stress is their behavior or that their physiological action. So things you do with your body, whether it's like your headaches. Obviously, everyone responds to stress differently. And the point is not a lot of people know that they're stressed. A lot of the symptoms of stress aren't really, people put down to being tired. So
you know what? That is great because I only now I'm more aware of when I'm stressed, but before I had no idea when I'm stressed. It's only when I like snap or my body just shuts down. I don't know if you remember what happened at uni when I passed out.
you passed out?
You didn't know I passed out?
Nah, bro.
Oh my days.
I thought you had me a straight A student, bro. You know you passed out thing.
There was one. So for final year, I was doing a madness, like literally 12, 13 hours. Like wake up 8 a.m. and then get home by like 8 p.m.
Mad.
And then just be like working. And then there was one morning, like on Sunday, I got out of bed. I woke up from bed. Next thing I know, I'm by my cupboard on the floor. I'm like, how did this happen? So I didn't realize like how messed up I was, you know. But yeah, and then that taught me a lot about just being able to realize and look at my body and what's going on.
Yeah,
and
pay attention.
You have to pay attention, especially with stress. Like you feel something's on your back, and you don't realize it. You're more snappy. Again, earlier this year when I was on this program, normally I'm very happy, very cheery, and then every so often I was like, yeah, me, what's wrong? You're not smiling no more. I'm like,
I'm cool.
Am I not? I'm like, I'm cool. I'm cool. But really,
No. Mate, stress is big.
Yeah.
Especially that snapping stuff.
Yeah.
Like your fuse is short. That's one of the big symptoms of stress.
I'm scared of being like that, honestly.
And if stressed is obviously a big deal, but you can see what that does to you. Like you just don't feel like yourself.
Yeah.
So imagine being depressed. I don't think I've ever been depressed, but people are going through depression, which is that's clinical now. That's like,
It's a big thing.
yeah. Can't picture that, man.
But there's down and there's being down. I've been down before. I'm sure you've been down. I'm sure there's like, huh?
Yeah, go on.
Yeah, we've been down. But I don't know what the definition of depressed is, because I can see how being stressed can lead to being depressed as well.
It's all like I call it a downward spiral, right? So there's different schools of thought. There's the schools of thought that say, look, these problems they're chemical. By chemical it's not the stress that stresses you, it's your response to the stress. And if you're stressed for so long, let's say your body's releasing high levels of cortisol, your body's in a fight or flight mode for a long period of time, that leads to your body literally shutting down. The digestive system shuts down, how your neurotransmitters fire off in the brain, it changes, the structure changes. So you're now in a space that's completely alien to you.
Yep.
Right? And yeah, it's not from a chemical perspective, it's just not fun. It's not
ideal.
There's nothing good about it. And some people say it's just chemical. Like if you start working to change the chemical balances in your brain, whether you're having more of certain foods or you're even speaking to people, because like speaking to people, connections that fires off things in the brain.
It helps a lot.
Like if anyone's going through problems, mate, therapy. Let's go.
Have you done it before?
I haven't done therapy. I'm not trying to. I know the benefits of it, and I feel like I don't know if I'm ready for those combos yet.
Really? Well, you're scared of what you're gonna uncover?
I don't know. If I have daddy issues, fam, I'm not ready for that. Bro, I was actually gonna do a series for the YouTube, where I partner with this company. I'm not gonna say their name. They're a therapy network.
Okay.
And we'll do like a series of 6 videos, especially towards the beginning of this year. Yeah. But I just feel like they'll take
going into your personal stuff?
Yeah. It would have been personal, but it's basically okay, not 6 videos, maybe 1 or 2. Yeah. But I wanted to remove the stigma of therapy, especially amongst like the younger generation, how it's not a big deal. Like speaking to someone, because not a lot of us feel like we have people to speak to.
Yeah.
You know, that actually listen and attentive and non-judgmental. Like you can tell your missus something today, argue 2 weeks from now. She's like, you ain't got no, you know, based on what you say to her. I'm not saying people do that, but
it's an opportunity.
It's something you think about. Whereas with a therapist, there's that confidentiality that they're not going to go to Twitter tomorrow. So,
but you know what? Like as I think about this now, because I've been like at my previous workplace, we were able to call up people to talk about whatever as a therapy for therapists, and it was on my to-do list since the beginning of 2018. Didn't do it. I left, still didn't do it. And I wonder why I didn't do it. If it was just too long, or if internally by me doing that, am I admitting that I can't talk to someone about my problems, about my close friends about my problems?
It's hard to say, bro.
Yeah, because I don't know. You never know what therapy can undercover.
Exactly.
That is a bit scary.
Yeah.
But
for me, like, I feel like on some weird level, there's a lot of things that I haven't yet accepted.
Yeah.
And I think I'm all right with not accepting it just yet. Do you know what I mean? Where soon, and the thing is, like, a lot of this stuff, having it in is pretty dangerous, bro. Because how the brain works, it needs an outlet, right? And it like towards the start of the year, I was angry a lot, like just snappy. And obviously I know now that's like real stress. You know what I mean? That's when, even not up to recent, when people are like, Paul, you should really go see a therapist, you know. It's like 3 people said that to me. I'm like, wait, what symptoms am I exhibiting?
No, but to be honest, like, man to man, you've had a rough year.
Yeah, bro.
You know? No, like, all jokes aside, like, and so I can see why people would say that, you know, because it's not every day where certain things have happened, especially whilst that's going on. You've got a whole host of different things to juggle. Plus, looking forwards, it's not easy. You know.
I think one day, I think the guy actually replied to me from the therapy network. Maybe I might give him a shout. Say, yo, man, let's do something.
Let's do it,
bro. We've said we're gonna do 30 days of cold showers.
No, I've done my cold shower, singular.
I did wash my face with cold water.
Come on, that doesn't mean nothing.
What do you mean?
I hate cold water on your face.
Yeah, but you know people don't shower, they don't wash their extremities, they only wash their face, right?
Who?
I don't know. I've read it in the papers. No, I've actually read it in the papers.
Have you never only wash their face?
Yeah, they only wash their face, their armpits, and they let the water run down.
Ablutions or something like that. Yeah, but that's if they're on the go, no?
There's a lot of crazy people in the world.
Yikes.
But yeah, what's on our agenda next?
Okay, so we've got stress, we've got being healthy at work. I think it's important to be able to say no as well. Like,
how do you deal with that stuff? So like,
what, the cakes and them?
Cakes?
What do you mean? What's
like at work? How do you deal with, I don't know, managers or non-managers? How do you stand up for yourself as an introvert? Stuff like that.
I think from experience, you just have to be very confident in terms of people looking at you funny. Yeah, like just being able to be like confident of being an outsider, to be honest. Because I remember when I was doing the intermittent fasting and everyone is going out for lunch and everyone's like, oh yeah, man, you're not eating. I'm like, no. Like, they're like, why? And I was like, okay, I'm doing it for this. They're like, oh, why are you doing this? I'm like, this. And you always have to keep repeating that spiel. Yeah. So the one thing I just said, you know what? I was like, when it comes to lunchtime, let me just disappear. Like, let me just not be around. Yeah. So when it comes to after lunch and I come back to my desk, then there's no one asking me any questions. Yeah. And on top of that, it helps me not get any cravings because I'm not watching what other people are eating too.
Yeah, remove yourself from the environment.
Exactly. Another tough one as well was when I went, when I was doing like pescatarian/vegetarian, like 6 weeks or so. And I remember we went somewhere for, maybe it was your birthday. And that's when I really felt for people who are vegetarian, because the starter was a fish cake, the main was a fish cake, and the dessert was something dead.
Was this what, my 25th?
I think, no, like your 27th. I think at that Asian restaurant. No, not Asian, the Indian one.
That was 25th, yeah.
Was it?
Yeah.
Bro, that was tight. No, couldn't be.
Bro, it's called, I've only been to, the Asian restaurant was my 25th, therefore I was in like a red shirt.
Maybe it was that one, yeah.
Yeah.
That was time ago.
That's
Right,
right.
that was time ago. I remember
Almost
that.
4 years ago.
Yeah.
God damn.
God damn, where the time go?
You see what Wiley, Wiley's got a bar. I've never forgot. He's like, at one point they used to call Wiley old, right? Like, this guy, you're old, what do you know? He's like, bro, don't joke about my age if you're 26, because 4 years goes quite quick. Yeah, man, that's a key one to remember. So guys, look, whatever you're doing, do more, grind it out, because
Do more, grind
time
it out.
goes like that. Like yesterday I was like 18.
Nah, you were still 20.
Figuratively, my guy.
Yeah.
Figuratively. So
Do you know what's funny, actually? I was out yesterday, and then one guy was like, yeah, I'm from Nottingham, blah, 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 blah. And he said to me, how old are you? I'm like, 30. He said, you got a lot of grey hair. Why don't you dye? I'm like, nah, bro, I like my grey hair. He's like, and he's like, yeah, I got a lot of black mates. Black don't crack. If you dye, you look 21. I'm like, bro, I still look like I'm 21. It's all good.
You know why I like that story a lot?
Why?
For multiple reasons.
Go on.
For number one,
Yeah.
of course you didn't have to share that. For two, that was a great brag. Like, I was expecting some business or health elements to that. That was just amazing.
We're talking about age, isn't it? I'm 30. We're talking about age.
I still look 21.
No, I don't look
think
21. That's a stretch.
Nah,
But, yeah.
no,
25.
You look good, my guy.
Imagine. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Last week the haircut was very fresh. Obviously, you've grown quite a bit of hair since then.
Yeah, I'm going at the top for winter.
Cool.
We'll see how
I'm
it
trying
goes.
to, anyway, man. Sorcery.
But yeah, just to wrap up though, like what I was saying, when it comes to work, it is tough. But you literally have to find your strength. The best thing as well, if you can find an ally within your team, then that's somebody whereby you can also like club together. And anytime when it's somebody's birthday, whoever goes out and buys the cakes, get them to buy some fruit as well. Because January is very easy to do it, but when it comes to February, March, April, May, June, it comes way more harder, especially when it comes to the summertime. But it's very important, like, to watch your waistline, because sitting down at a desk all day, not going outside,
It adds up.
it adds up. Not going to the gym, it's tough.
Do you know a key problem as well with sitting at your desk all day?
Yeah.
Is vitamin D.
What, sunshine?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's just England in general, though.
Yeah, but like I can't remember the percentage now, whether it's 79% or 29%. But a lot of us are deficient in vitamin D.
Especially black people.
Yeah, I guess the numbers are higher if you're darker skinned.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, my GP actually put me on vitamin D supplements.
yeah, it's no joke. D3.
Didn't take it though.
You should fat soluble vitamin D3 supplement. It's key.
Yeah.
Especially in the winter months. So one of the key reasons why you're feeling tired is probably
lack of sunshine.
vitamin D deficiency.
That makes
D3.
sense.
You can get your D2 and that from food and stuff, but D3
Is the most
is
important.
a bit more tricky, especially now. So a supplement, because the downward spiral that I spoke about, you start feeling tired, so you're stressed out, you're feeling tired. Then you start feeling more stressed because you're more tired, and then sleep. So
Yeah, it's true actually, because then you sleep, you wake up later, you're more in a rush, you don't look after yourself,
yeah, it's like
you
a
don't
knock-on
eat.
effect.
You eat at your desk. I think if there's one thing I wish I didn't do, it was eating at my desk, because it's a travesty.
Yeah.
But even now, I can't say I'm any better, because I've realised I take way too much time to think about what I should eat for lunch.
Yeah.
So now I've started drinking Huel.
Yeah.
Pretty good, you know.
Yeah, you told me about it. I've never tried it.
Yeah, it's banging.
Tastes good,
If you mix it the right way.
but isn't it just like a smoothie?
Basically. Like there's vanilla flavour, there's banana
How does
flavour.
it fill you up?
I don't know, it just fills you up. It depends on how many scoops you
Maybe it
put in.
expands in your belly.
Yeah, because it's like oats and all the rest of it. Next time you can try it. You can try some.
Cool, sweet.
So then, Paul, without giving up too many of the secret sauce from your book, what are the best? What 5 tips would you give to people in terms of managing their health, managing their stress levels, especially when they're grinding? So how can they utilize their health rather than sacrifice their health?
I think in a very simplistic level,
Yeah,
productivity is key,
yeah,
right? It's not what they say. It's not how much you do. It's how much you can fit into the time that you do it. Something like that. You're paraphrasing a quote, bro. But you get what I'm trying to say. It's not like some people say I'm working hard, but it's not how hard you work. Is, you know, are you working on the right things, and how much are you fitting into that same amount of time? So productivity is key. So like a lot of guys do vampire life and they work long hours, but could that be done more efficiently? And it being done more efficiently comes from creative ideas, right? So from creative ideas, I mean, what ways can you do this more efficiently? Are you outsourcing it? So you need to have creative thought to do that. So number one is look after your brain. You know, because our body, we see our body. We can go to the gym, you know, we see that, but we can't see our brain. We just know that it's there. How do you look after your brain? So the second thing I'll say, look, sleep is key. I don't care what all these motivational speakers tell you about. We are not gonna sleep until we're dead. Sleep is the cousin of all of that is cool, but if you look at a lot of these guys we're looking up to, they look old, bruv. Like they look like they don't have kids, and they do. So how much time do you spend with your kids? Do you know what I mean by that? Like they look cool. Sleep, do more with the time that you have by actually looking after your brain. So number 3, I would say like, look, diet is key. Brain foods, right? Whether it's your blueberries, whether it's your herbs like your ginkgo biloba, your cacao powder, or your cacao seeds, your what else is the key, like your ashwagandha, your
omega-3 oils as well.
Precisely, you know, you can get like even down to like algae such as like sea moss and different seaweeds. And number 4, definitely I'd say avoid brain limiting foods. So things that actually fry the brain in some sense. High sugar.
Yeah.
Things that you're intolerant to, such as maybe you might be intolerant to gluten. So avoiding stuff like that. Those will stress your body when you don't need to be stressed. You need to be calm, because there's no point splitting the energy that your body requires to break down food. Because about 30% of the energy that we use, about 30% of the energy that the body uses is in breaking down food.
Do you know what? As you say this, a thought came to my head. So you know when you have athletes and they're performing, they have to eat certain foods, right? Yeah. So why should it be different if you're working on like a tense project or a big deal, for example? Yeah. Then technically you should also put yourself on a special diet during that period of time, right?
Facts. At uni, remember I had when I was doing my exams, I had my brain foods. Like,
I have the cocos.
My cocoa, my hemp seeds. I was eating fruits, but not extremely sugary fruits. Yeah. I was eating like my blueberries, my pineapples, even certain things like lentils. There's key foods that we need to be consuming to ensure
all the time,
to ensure that we are in peak performance in some regards. And my 5th tip for balancing that, the health and wealth, is the space that you do your work in should be the space that you do your work in. So that's a very interesting sounding thing, but let me explain. I like stuff that sounds cool. You know, there's a lot of guys that say stuff that sound intelligent, but when you listen to what they say, it's like, bruh.
No, you know, like, you're like, yeah. I'm like,
that doesn't make any sense. Like, what I'm trying to say is, some people take their work and they lie down in bed and do it. Keep your bed for sleeping. Keep your desk for working. Right? So when you sit down, automatically you're in work mode. When you lie down, you're not thinking about work, you're thinking about sleep. Do you get what I mean? So you have your dedicated place for working, dedicated place for sleeping. And that you're on your laptop, make sure you have your laptop in a way where you can actually look at your laptop for long periods of time.
Or is that using the flux thing?
All of that stuff, like whether it's installing f.lux, which makes your screen a bit more yellow, so your eyes are not feeling like they're just working too hard by looking at your screen for a long period of time. Also, get yourself a comfortable chair. If you're in the office and they don't want to give you a comfortable chair, buy one. You know, buy one. If you ain't got armrest on your chair, you're already at a loss, because without armrest, you have to hunch forward to actually type on your keyboard.
Oh yeah.
That there's little things just to make sure that you can work productively. I feel like you've been bullying me how I say shit for years, bro. Giggle. But anyway, but Yeah, those are 5 quick tips. You got anything to add?
Probably, I guess this is straying more into the productive mindset. But no, I think with stress, keep working out. Find some way to do some type of exercise, even if it's like 10 press ups in the morning, 10 star jumps, a quick jog on the spot, anything like that, which can get your heart rate pumping, because it's crazy how much of a difference it makes. I remember I woke up one time, terrible mood, I was fuming, done some exercise, come home, I was like, why was I so angry? Like, it just flipped it over on its head, and I just started thinking much more clearly. Because there's that thing called brain fog, and you have to take yourself out of it. Another thing as well, being able to take the step back. So like you said, you had that rest day yesterday. That was an opportunity for you to take a step back, evaluate the scene, and understand, okay, what should you be doing? What has been done? Let me refuel myself and learn from others, especially when you're always giving yourself to other people.
Facts.
You never have time to feed yourself as well, and you feel guilty when you're feeding yourself, right? If you tell somebody, oh, I spent the whole day watching YouTube videos, they're gonna say, bro, you're a waste man. But in reality, you were learning, you were studying.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? So like, forget about perception. You got to understand about how you're gonna feed your brain, feed your soul, and being able to look at things from a different perspective, especially when you're a solo founder or something like that. But yeah, that's my rant done.
Big facts.
Cool. You know what time it is?
Time to get some money.
Other than that?
Time to secure the bag.
Other than that?
Time to get a 6-pack for the winner.
Other than that?
Time to play a game.
Done now. This time I'm not losing though.
You're not losing.
I'm not losing this time.
Do you want to bet 50 push-ups on it?
That's okay. That's the thing, yeah.
I'm just kidding, man.
No. Yeah, come on.
Are you gonna do the push-ups today?
I'll do the push-ups today.
Nah, but I have to choose the category because I feel like you practiced this.
No, you won last week, so you can do the category.
All right.
Are we doing categories? Or are we doing like flip from different things?
As long as there's association between the words. So if I say TV, you can say screen.
Okay, cool. Are you starting?
Yeah.
No practice runs, yeah.
It depends. If I lose, it's a practice run.
Voice. Let's go.
TV,
Screen.
pill.
How do you go from screen to pill?
Look on the TV.
No.
Do you have 50 push-ups?
No. Because that's not a word association.
It's a screen with the pill on it.
No, that don't count.
It does count. It's
It
right
doesn't
here.
count. So if we're not in this room.
So look.
Wait.
Backtrack. So if I said TV,
Yeah.
and I say show,
No, that makes sense because
There's a fucking pill.
No. Wait. Let me finish.
yeah, we'll have to do this again.
Let
bro.
me finish.
Nah,
Let me finish.
I don't.
If we were in
The
not
judge
inside
has
this
already
room,
said it.
If we were not inside this room,
Yeah.
and I said TV, screen, then pill, does that make sense?
So basically, if they were watching it on the
If they listen to it and not watching it, doesn't make sense.
because they will know that there's a pill on the screen.
No,
on
it
the
doesn't
TV.
count. Let's do it again. That don't count.
I ain't doing it again, bro.
Why? They don't count.
Let's move on. What's the next?
No.
one?
Come on, again.
Alright, cool. Water,
Drink,
cup,
donut.
Nah, be my thing. I might blind you if you explain it.
So basically,
Go on. On Tuesday.
on Tuesday, depending on where you go, because if you're in America, what do you normally eat with donuts? Coffee. What does the coffee come in? A cup. Donut. Donuts and coffee. Makes complete sense.
It actually does make sense.
Thank you.
But sorry, bro. But yeah, let me know how the 50 push-ups goes, bro. Hopefully you'll be fine.
Wow. No, if it makes sense. Okay. So you flopped. I flopped.
How did I flop?
You said pill.
No, this is right here.
Bro, donut and cup, it makes sense. Coffee and donuts.
If you said TV and I said NEC, what would you have said?
That's right. Because NEC is a type of TV.
But some guys don't know what type of TV that's the type of TV. They might
No, you
think
go
it's
on Google.
a show in Birmingham.
Nah. Ready.
Nah, I'm not doing it again, bro. Like,
Okay, let's do-
because look, the guys are listening. It's 45 minutes, guys. We need to wrap up.
Wow.
So look, it's been amazing. I know Yemi is gonna let you guys know next week how his push-ups went. So if you see Yemi next week looking swollen, we know exactly why. All right?
I feel you bumped me, but it's cool.
Listen, bro. Life isn't fair. Sometimes you just gotta take the wins with the losses and keep on going. Think of yourself as Anthony Joshua. You know, if you lose the first time, you just keep going and get your title back next week.
Interesting fact, we're born on the exact same day.
Cool.
It's not fair.
What do you mean it's not fair? What, because you're not 6'7"?
Or a billionaire, yeah.
Apparently it's not too late to start boxing. So it's not too late to start boxing.
No, I've made my new goal. So by 2021,
Yeah.
I'm going to be in a band.
Cool. I might play the piano.
Yeah.
Or the drums.
I've got the drums. No, I've got the drums ready.
Cool. I'd rather play the drums though, it's easier.
It's not my problem. It's my bad.
I just realised this guy's a bit rude. They have to wipe Yemi on the car. They have to wipe Yemi on it. Let's forget who you're chatting to, my guy.
All right, cool. Thanks again for another episode. Hope you guys enjoyed it. My name is Yemi. You catch me on Twitter at Yemi Awop, YEMIAWOP.
And I'm Paulo Tote. Catch me on everything at DUNGUBOOK. Don't go book.
That's right. Don't forget, Paul's book coming out now. Well, very soon. I guess by the time it comes out, it's probably out
what's
right now.
amazing about the book?
What's that?
It's free to all PYL members.
There you go. Another reason why you should join the PYL membership. Sweet. Peace.
Peace. See you guys next week.
Push it to